a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Play action, Fields. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They've got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the first play of the game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the gun, Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And he can't do it all on one throw.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
First down, a run with Cohen. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On first down, it's Fields. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Fields. It's caught by Aguilar. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head.
And he will fight his way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running right. Here's Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
35's the mic.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, B, let's go. 18 Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Allen now on 1st down. He gets it to Thomas. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap. Fields. Flush to his right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And take it right on the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Inside the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
On first down, Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Allen going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Fields tapping it forward. Jet sweep. Big hold of the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 14.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got room.
That's the way to get him going, boy.
Let's go.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Quit talking about it and bring it. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Moving 19. Rush in. Rush in.
Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the counter now, it's Sanders. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Right there, 54.
To throw, it's Allen. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-point.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On play action, Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Allen's throw taken in by Watkins here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Sanders. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. From the 27, Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Bears.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now Fields. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the... end zone.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. Looking here for Smith downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Fields. Buying time to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Nelson Aguilar, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Eagles 22. Albrecht Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On second down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Fields. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now Allen. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On first down, Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Eagles, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.